Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio, Spreaker's answer to Coast AM, with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like way out there, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott, nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific, on Spreaker, on Periscope, and on Deep Talk Radio Network.
And we're in our final 25 or so minutes left to go of our program here on GRB Online. So we're just going to do is wrap up our program with one more weather on the fives for the United States and all that good stuff here. Or get our final weather on the fives in there before we close out. And of course, our last segment, which is our Spreaker promotions and Spreaker shout outs and promotions coming up right here on GRB Online as we close out our show. But right now, let's take a look at our weather on the fives, take a look at some national temperatures, and see what's going on nationwide in our weather. At 28 degrees right now as our current, some of the current temperatures. It's cold in a lot of areas. 28 degrees in Omaha, Nebraska. 16 degrees and really down there cold in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Check out Bismarck, North Dakota, 8 degrees. Billings, Montana, 0. And it's 3 below in Seattle, Washington. 6 degrees in Portland. Those are really cold areas. Man, it's like really cold in those areas. 3 degrees below 0, Portland. Spokane, Washington. These are the dew points. 0. 19 in Boise. Yeah, here's the Weather Nation. Take a look at what's going on.
Well, here in the north central U.S., we've been dealing with some wintry weather. A quick glancing blow of some snow in Ankeny, Iowa earlier this morning, where we saw about 2 to 3 inches across the upper Midwest. But a more potent storm is on the way. So this was just kind of your taste of snow before the main event, the main course arrives, heading into our Wednesday and Thursday. So glad you could join us here for your central regional forecast. I'm meteorologist Joe Astolfi. We'll be checking in with meteorologist Shelley Lindblade in just a bit for a look at what's happening a bit further to the south. But as far as the wintry weather concerns are here, again, you can see anywhere from about 3 to 4 inches at max fell in a swath from Kansas through Iowa into Wisconsin, even into portions of Illinois and Minnesota, picking up some of that light snowfall. We could handle a few inches here in the Midwest, but a few more, it's really going to create some hazardous roadways out there in the days ahead. A powerful winter storm is brewing. We're going to see some rain changing to some snow and even freezing rain and ice accumulation. That'll all be possible here as some chillier temperatures continue to invade. So here's a look at the snowfall, and this is concerning, especially from Missouri and Iowa into Illinois, Wisconsin, into the UP of Michigan, where there's a good potential of seeing 6 to 12 inches in many areas, not to mention several inches in cities like Des Moines, Omaha, and Kansas City as well. And again, I mentioned the ice concern. This will certainly cause some slippery roadways, perhaps into northern Michigan, southeastern Wisconsin, western Illinois, back through the Kansas City area, even all the way down towards Amarillo, Texas. We could see a light blaze of ice as some of this colder air catches up with this precipitation. So this is about 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to be noticing snow across Nebraska and into Kansas, maybe a wintry mix, slight freezing drizzle, with some heavier rain into Missouri, and then it gets cold in Kansas City for Wednesday morning. Look at that. 2 a.m. we could see some bands of heavy snow, rain, mix, kind of everything, unfortunately. And we could even see some of that sneak into the Chicagoland area, with snow continuing to envelop the plains and continuing to work its way from southwest to northeast. Temperatures are certainly cold enough to support the wintry precipitation. Look at that low in Cheyenne, -6, 38 though in Chicago, and we'll get up into the mid-30s to upper 40s off to the east, but some 20s a bit further to the west on Wednesday. So again, snow is going to be a concern. As we go through Wednesday into the midday hours. Some snow showers continuing from areas of northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, back through Kansas, and some rain out ahead of it into Indiana and Michigan. Could even have some strong thunderstorms in Louisville. But that snow continues to wrap around in Des Moines and Kansas City. We'll see some more frozen precip for Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Even Chicago could start to get on board with some of that wintry precip heading into your Thursday morning. Thursday, of course, being Halloween, the high temperature is going to be in the 30s in many areas here, and that's the high. So in the evening, when the kids will be out trick-or-treating, it's going to be colder, and unfortunately, we could be dealing with a snowstorm here for Halloween in cities like Madison, Wisconsin, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, even down to central Illinois. We'll be picking up on some accumulating snowfall by our Thursday. So again, this is going to be one to watch as this low drifts north into Michigan. Wraparound moisture continues there into Friday morning. And we'll see another quick shot of some moisture with some limited rain and snow shower activity here. Again, could see some flurries here by Friday night again into Wisconsin. So the heaviest of the snow again right here across the upper Midwest. Some heavier rain off towards the Ohio Valley and East Coast. Let's take you down to New Orleans. Speaking of heavy rain potential, it was a little soggy out there, Shelley, to say the least.
Yeah, we started off with wet conditions down into the south central region, and as we continue throughout today, this is exactly what we're getting. Rain pretty much continuing throughout our Tuesday, and also on top of that, we do have the potential of maybe seeing some severe thunderstorms within our day here throughout areas of Texas, into parts of Louisiana, and southern areas of Mississippi. That's when you want to stay weather aware. But this rain is definitely going to be doing us some good. Our drought monitor shows anywhere from dry to extreme stages of drought is being seen around the south central region. So the rain is exactly what we need for this part of the country. But today's high temperatures, it's going to get quite chilly in Oklahoma City, where we're only reaching 39 degrees for our high here today. 50 in Dallas, 52 in San Angelo. Ahead of this front, it is staying on the warmer side, though. 77 in Houston, 74 in New Orleans, and Birmingham reaching up to around 73 degrees for your high here today. But you'll notice a little bit below average for this time of year, anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees below the average. We should be much warmer, around the 70s, around the lower 80s, but it's much cooler out there. Near the coast, though, right around where we should be for this time of year. So let's take a look at the forecast. Along this front, we'll start to see some of those stronger storms popping up as we head into the afternoon. Very isolated chances, but we could still see maybe some gusty wind conditions, maybe some small hail, maybe even a few isolated tornadoes might be possible here, even as we head into our overnight hours and into early Wednesday morning. Tonight's low temperatures, though, not really changing too much because of all the cloud cover we're seeing. Oklahoma City only dipped down by 2 degrees for your overnight temperatures at 37 degrees for your low, 45 in San Angelo, 70 in Houston, and 65 in Jackson. Into our Wednesday, temperatures stay on the cooler side for those same areas. Oklahoma City, 39 degrees for another day, 53 in San Angelo, Houston, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, actually warming up into the middle of the work week, 80s all the way up into the lower 90s for your highs. But into our Wednesday, that severe weather threat is going to be for a broader region, anywhere from southern areas of Ohio all the way down towards the central areas of Texas. We could be seeing strong storms again, all due to the same front that'll be sweeping through. Along this cold front, we'll start to see some of those stronger storms popping up into our late afternoon and early evening hours here, continuing as we head towards the end of the day, and we also have a lot of heavy rain on the way for these areas. Thursday's high temperatures much cooler from our Wednesday into our Thursday. A drastic change because of this cold front. 50 in Dallas, 57 in Houston, 68 in New Orleans, and 54 in Jackson, well below the averages for this time of year. But like I mentioned, the rainfall potential going to be a little bit on the higher side, where we could be seeing up to 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches of rainfall for some areas. So Austin, Texas, rain showers in the forecast over the next 2 days. Into our Thursday, though, we do look to clear up, and we're staying dry throughout our entire weekend, seeing that sunshine come out. Shreveport, Louisiana, rain showers and thunderstorms in the forecast over the next 3 days before we start to clear up on our Friday. Remember, you can even check us out on our Facebook page at Weather Nation.
Weather Nation, bringing you weather on the fives here on GJRB Online. Listen to Weather on the Fives, 25 and 45 past the hour in all music shows, 25 and 55 talk shows, or any time in the hour that ends in 5. Weather on the Fives, right here on GJRB Online. Now it's time to take a look and promote our Spreaker followers. It's time for our Spreaker Shoutouts and promotions brought to you by Spreaker, where you too can be a DJ on Spreaker like me and do this fun stuff, doing a radio stuff all the time. It's always fabulous. Always great. Spreaker, telling you what, you want to check it out, man. This is the only podcast platform that allows you to broadcast live. I'm telling you, I don't know any other ones that I know of that'll do this. Spreaker is the best. And I'll tell you what, you want to find out where you can get, how you can get on here? Check out here in just a little bit after I remind you some of the great podcasters who are on here. They're on here. There are millions of them. I mean, you can go all over the place. You'll find any other, I mean, that doesn't even match terrestrial radio. I'm telling you what. And these guys we're all fabulous. And there are a lot of good ones out there. And they're all great. And just like to promote them. And some of the great podcasters we had this morning, 8 o'clock this morning, was Mike Myers and the Radio Hope Network was on this morning. He had a great show, had some good fun music, great stuff, talking about God, talking about life, and just absolutely fabulous. Every morning from Boone, Iowa, Mike Myers Show, Radio Hope Network. Yeah, tune in every morning, 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Yeah, you can't miss it. 5 o'clock Pacific Time. 8 o'clock, actually. Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning. Why am I saying 7? 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, and 9 o'clock Eastern for the Mike Myers Show, Radio Hope Network. You can check Mike Myers on Good Talk Radio Network and also on his very own 24-hour streaming network called Muck Radio. All you gotta do is get into TuneIn and just type in Muck Radio in the icon there. It'll take you right to it. It's free app. Check out the Mike Myers Show and Muck Radio every morning right here on Spreaker and on TuneIn. Other great places to check out some great podcasters. You want to check out some other. He had a great morning the other morning too with Snarky of Oz. I wish that. We're kind of thinking about it. I know there's been some bad weather, it's bad stuff going on the West Coast, and then they had some earthquakes up around Oregon too. So we hope that they're staying safe. But let's check out another podcaster. How about another one? Tonight, 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 6 o'clock Pacific. You want to listen to Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative. Yeah, he talks about a lot of what's going on in the news, gives you his opinion. He's got some opinions, and he'll share them with you. I'll tell you that right now. Listen to him. Absolutely fabulous. He's on tonight, right here on Spreaker, 8 o'clock Central Daylight. Ed Delgado in the Caramel Conservative program. Check it out. You want to listen to this show. He's on tonight. He's going to be talking about some news and stuff. Probably talking about Trump and... yeah, just talking about the Democrats. And he just lays it on the line, tells it like it is. Ed Delgado tonight, live, 8 o'clock Central, right here on Spreaker. Another great podcaster we always listen to. He's fabulous. He's great. One of my favorites. He just has a new podcast out, I believe. I didn't have a chance to hear it yet. But he comes out of our neighboring state of Illinois, not far from my sister, I guess. And he does a good show. His name is Bob Huber, The Huber Experience. Check him out. Broadcast, I don't know. He has an unusual schedule. Usually he's on in the afternoon or sometimes in the morning. I think sometimes he just goes on when he feels like it, just to beef off or just have some commentary. But he's fabulous. Bob Huber, The Huber Experience, and he's from the great state of Illinois. And we're praying for your mother, buddy. I hope that she gets better and better. And because remember, God, He's a healing God. He performs miracles. So believe me, your mom will have, good health, one way or the other. We're praying for her. Hey, tell you what we got also, just south of us, down in the south where it's nice and warm, Houston, Texas. is a man who really tells it like it is. And I think he has another one. He has a podcast called Our Light Will Shine. And this guy has a great show. I'm telling you, you want to check him out. That is OBFSU, our big fat soft underbelly. John from Houston. He is he's an American citizen. He came over the right way. You know, he did. He came over the right way, and he believes in America. He loves his country. Our big fat soft underbelly. Yeah, John, check him out from Houston, Texas. He has a great podcast, and he just talks about America and how proud he is to be an American. So tune in for him. Our Light Will Shine. And then on just north of him is Black Dragons Radio. BJ McNamara plays some great music, plays a lot of 80s type music, talks to you about 15 minutes each time. About 4 hours, really about 2 hours, usually about 8 15-minute podcast. Because he has to do it for free. He can't afford what I can do here. But he does a good job. He plays some good music. Check him out. BJ, he's on just about every night. 7 o'clock p.m. from LaPorte, Texas. Yeah, check him out. That's BJ and Black Dragons Radio. Tune in to him tonight. He should be on tonight. Black Dragons Radio. These jams. Tune in. And then we got some other great podcasters that we mentioned. But you know where you want to find all these guys? All these great podcasters? All you got to do is go into my, I haven't been there for a while. My Twitter site. Also find me, you'll find me on Spotify, a few of my programs. But you want to tune in and just get on my Spreaker public site. It's www.spreaker.com/user/5120525. Or then get into my Twitter. I am the Radio Maniac. You'll see the Antique Radio and the GJRB online above it. You'll see all the podcasts, and you'll see the stream. Click that stream. It takes you right into my chat room where you can see all the podcasters that listen to me. They're all there. And just go into where it says following. Just go into that page there. I'm going to go into it right now. Let me see if we can get into it. Because, I usually check my other parts because a lot of times I don't get... I usually have to check my... okay, nothing there. So sometimes I have to check and see if I have any messages on my other parts because when I go offline for the local break, I miss a lot of that. So that's what I do. I usually check. But anyway, there they are. Just hit following. You'll see the list of all the podcasters that follow me, all the podcasters that I follow. And you'll see a whole long arms list of podcasters there. Zachary Baroque, KGRA, Digital Broadcasting. They got to talk about stuff like it's on Coast to Coast. They're fabulous. KGRA, they're home of Fade to Black with Jimmy Church. He's on tonight, right here on Spreaker. And then MTFB, Rock Radio. Comes out of Indianapolis, Indiana. They jam. They play some good music. One Hit Wonder Show. I gotta listen to that. Play some really good stuff. You gotta tune into these guys. They're fabulous. These are the ones that I didn't mention. Zach Baroque. He's on 5 o'clock somewhere tonight. Play good music too. Black Dragons Radio. We have Black Dog Indie Country Radio, which I haven't listened to yet. They play some good country. New emerging artists. I got to get some of their emerging artists and get them played on my station. Got, let's see, a lot of them here. A lot of them. Wicked Pissa Radio. These guys are fabulous. Goof On Radio. Huber, we mentioned him. Walter M. DeBall every Monday night has a live show called, Blues in the Night. Good stuff. Beyond the Strange. You like smooth jazz? WJAZ, Lexington, Kentucky. King David Jazz Radio. These are some of the good ones. Blake Myers. Wonder if he's going to have technical difficulties back on. He hasn't had that on in a while. Spaced Out Radio tonight at 11:05 Central Daylight Time, 11:06. 9:06 Pacific from British Columbia tonight. These are the ones. Mark Teetering. These are some of the good ones. Snarky of Oz. We've been missing her. She's been trying to get back on the air too. I see she has a podcast here, 16-minute test. So she's been trying to get on. So I'm going to have to listen to see what she has on. So I'm hoping, we've been missing her. So I'm going to leave a message for her on her podcast. See, we listened to you on mic, been thinking about you. So those are some of the great people. You want to check out Snarky of Oz. She does a good show too. Great music, and she talks and says some interesting things. So check all those podcasts out. And don't forget, if you are brand new to Spreaker and you just joined us, either via on-demand podcast, welcome. That's all I could say. And if you have a podcast you're putting on the air, let me know and I'll promote it on our GJRB Spreaker Shoutouts and Promotions. And come on board Spreaker. That's Spreaker. It's speaker spelled wrong on purpose. Spreaker, and let your voice be known to the world. Spreaker. That's going to wrap it up for our show today. That's going to put an end to the Gary J in the Morning Show. All the West Coast people are now in their noon time zone, except for the Pacific. They're approaching 11 o'clock. But the rest of you people are just ended your morning, and that's going to put an end to my morning. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Gary J in the Morning Show. Had a great time doing the show. We'll catch you probably, I'm going to say, for sure Friday, either in the afternoon or the night. And then Saturday with the Best of Jazz. So, got some really good programs coming up, and you never know when you're going to hear us, because we're on the air, and we have spontaneous programming and specialty programming coming up. So keep it here on GJRB Online. Program schedules will be posted, and hope you'll join me. That's going to wrap it up. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Going to leave you with Clinton's own Stockwell's on a dotted line. Have your best rest of your day. So long, everyone. Stay warm.
Times she come home angry just to find her pay with what she's doing. The streets they called her name in the middle of the night and watched
There's a problem on our roads today, and that is the safety of our children boarding and getting off the bus on busy roads. That problem is drivers who don't stop for a school bus when the arm is out, the lights are flashing, and the stop sign is out, leaving kids in danger of getting hit. Violators of this law could get a suspension of their driver's license and a $250 fine. When you see a school bus stop at a corner, letting off kids, stop 25 feet away from the bus. Don't take that chance. A public service announcement from the National Highway Safety Administration and GJRB Online. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's M-E-W-E. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Spreaker's answer to Coast AM, with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific. On Spreaker, on Periscope, and on Deep Talk Radio Network.
The blues, the primary start to rock and roll music, the music in which artists express their feelings through music. This is a new blues show featuring the best of the blues, with new emerging artists getting their thrill of hearing their selections played along with the greats like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Etta James, along with a whole lot more.
The doors open soon.
To the Blues House on GJRB. You never know when GJRB is going to be on the air. More programming, more often, on the internet, on GJRB.
Standard time starts Sunday morning at 2 a.m. Turn your clocks back 1 hour. A reminder from GJRB Online. This is the GJRB Online Network.